Our meteorologist Cedric Haynes is in our Storm Alert Weather Center. And Cedric, we don't really have an Oscar award-winning weather out there, do we?
It looks like we do to me.
I mean, but it's so cold. It has to be like 70 for it to be like perfect.
Well, I may have some of that in the forecast as well. But hey, I'll tell you what, after all the clouds and the rain last week, this is Oscar worthy right here. We got to accept the award, right? But as you did mention it was on the cold side, at least to start the day. Temperatures even near Chattanooga dropping down to about 34 degrees, but 27 in Cleveland, 28 degrees this morning in Dayton and Athens. We got down to 26 in Altamont, 30 degrees in Murphy, 26 degrees in Fort Payne. So, it was definitely a cold start to our day, but we do have some good news, and that is a nice warming trend heading our way. In fact, you can see we're talking high temperatures today in the lower 60s. We're talking temperatures near 70 by your Tuesday, and look at this. It keeps going mid 70s by Wednesday and Thursday before we start to see more changes as we head towards the upcoming weekend. All right, out there right now, we are warming up after a chilly start in the upper 20s to low 30s, already at 51 degrees in Murphy for the warm spot, 50 in Chattanooga, 49 degrees in Dalton and Calhoun, 48 in Dayton and Cleveland, 47 in Athens, 47 Fort Payne, and 48 for our friends in Scottsboro this afternoon. Now, as you step out the door, you'll still want a sweatshirt or at least a long sleeve shirt out there because the winds are still coming in out of the north, and that adds just enough of a chill to kind of make it feel a little bit uncomfortable despite having all that sunshine out there. So kind of be aware of that. But the big story, as I mentioned, is the warming trend that's about to take place because the cooler air mass you can see is already basically exiting the East Coast, and all of these temperatures here in the yellow and red shaded colors are warmer than where they were 24 hours ago at this time. So in fact, we're talking temperatures some 5 to as much as 15 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time across the upper Midwest, which is where our colder air mass usually comes from. So that tells us that we are going to be seeing a warm up on the way. Now, so look at the weather map, a lot of sunshine, especially north of Chattanooga. South of Chattanooga, we've got a few more of these high clouds streaming by. So high pressure, the big blue H, is really protecting us from any precipitation, ushering in that dry air, but we've got just enough moisture to get some of these scattered clouds to stream by. That's about as bad as it's going to be for us today. And then as high pressure continues to slide to the east, we'll get that return flow bringing in the warmer temperatures. So 57 again at around 2 o'clock this afternoon. We're in the low 60s, I think, by later this afternoon. And notice, even at 6 p.m., we're still in the low 60s because remember, the sun sets now after 7 o'clock this afternoon thanks to daylight saving time. So it should be a fairly nice afternoon and early evening for most folks. 63 degrees again in Chattanooga, 63 in Scottsboro. We'll go with about 61 in Cleveland and Dayton, 60 degrees in Athens, 61 in Blue Ridge, and about 62 in Dalton. So again, should be fairly nice today. And again, the next big thing, as I mentioned, is the continued warming trend as we go throughout the rest of this upcoming week. So as I said, high pressure slides to the east, and that's going to give us that wind out of the south. And once that happens, as we go into your Tuesday, we're talking temperatures near 70, but we get a stronger southerly wind as we get into your Wednesday. So we're talking temperatures in the mid 70s for highs, and that trend will continue into Thursday, although we'll start to introduce a few more clouds Thursday. I think we stay dry, but that rain will start to increase across the area as we head towards Friday. So as I mentioned, a nice warming trend heading up into the mid 70s through Thursday. But yeah, we got to talk about this here as we get towards the next 7 days. We're going to be talking about some increased rain chances. And yes, we're talking about the potential of maybe 1 to 3 inches again, just in time for the upcoming weekend with a couple of storm systems. So while it's nice, enjoy the pleasant weather as we go throughout the rest of this week, because as you can see, a little warmer after today, 63, that's kind of the cool day of the week. Then we're in the 70s, low 70s Tuesday, mid to upper 70s by Wednesday and Thursday. But Xavier, just in time for your weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, guess what? We introduced more rain chances. Some of that rain could be locally heavy.